There is someone in your life right now who is influencing your decisions, your emotions, and your perception of reality. And the terrifying part is that you have absolutely no idea it is happening. Manipulation is not always loud. It is not always obvious. The most dangerous manipulators do not scream, do not threaten, do not make dramatic scenes. They operate in silence, in subtlety, and patterns so small and so gradual that you dismiss each one as a coincidence. By the time you realize what has happened, you are already deep inside a reality they built for you. Today, we are going to expose exactly how they do it. 7 methods manipulators use to control you without you ever noticing. Method number 1. They control the information you receive. Manipulators are architects of your reality. They carefully manage what you know and what you don't. They share certain facts and hide others. They frame situations in ways that make you see only what they want you to see. And they do this so naturally, so consistently, that you never question the picture they are painting. Over time, your entire understanding of a situation, a relationship, even yourself, is built on a foundation they constructed. You think you are making informed decisions. You are not. You are making decisions based on a version of reality they designed specifically to serve their interests. The scariest part is that it feels completely normal. It feels like your own thinking. Method number 2. They use intermittent reinforcement. This is arguably the most psychologically powerful tool a manipulator has, and it is the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. They alternate between warmth and coldness, approval and withdrawal, affection and indifference. Sometimes they are generous, kind, loving. Other times they are distant, critical, or completely unavailable. Your brain, which is wired to seek patterns and rewards, becomes addicted to chasing the warmth. You start changing your behavior, your words, your personality, trying to get back to that good version of them. You walk on eggshells without even realizing you are doing it. Without any explicit instruction, they have trained you. The reward comes randomly, which makes the addiction even stronger and even harder to break. Method number 3. They make you feel guilty for having needs. A person with needs is a person with power. Manipulators understand this instinctively. Every time you express a need, a boundary, or a desire, they find a way to make you feel like you are being selfish, demanding, or unreasonable. They sigh heavily. They bring up everything they have done for you. They compare you to others who ask for less. Over time, you stop asking. You start shrinking yourself to take up less space. You begin apologizing for having emotions, for needing reassurance, for being human. This is not an accident. A person who has learned to suppress their own needs is a person who is far easier to control. Method number 4. They isolate you gradually. No manipulator announces their plan to cut you off from the people who love you. That would be too obvious. Instead, they plant small seeds of doubt over a long period of time. They mention how that friend always seems to cause drama in your life. They make plans that conveniently conflict with your social events. They sulk quietly when you spend time with others, making you feel vaguely guilty without being able to explain why. They position themselves as the only person who truly understands you. Slowly, without any dramatic confrontation, your world gets smaller. Your support network weakens, and a person with a smaller world is more dependent, more isolated, and infinitely more vulnerable to control. Method number 5. They use your insecurities as weapons. Early in the relationship, they paid close attention. They listened when you talked about your fears, your past wounds, your deepest doubts about yourself. They seemed so caring, so interested. They were taking notes. They filed that information away carefully, and when they need leverage, they use it. Not always, obviously. Sometimes it is a subtle comment disguised as a joke. Sometimes it is a comparison to someone who seems more successful, more attractive, more stable than you. Sometimes it is just a look that communicates disappointment. But the underlying message is always the same. You are not enough. And they want to make sure you never forget it, because your insecurity keeps you close and keeps you. They reframe your reality constantly. You confront them about something they said that hurt you. You came prepared. You know what happened. And somehow, by the end of the conversation, you are the one apologizing. This is not magic, and it is not an accident. It is a practiced skill. Manipulators are experts at shifting the frame of any situation so that your pain becomes your fault, their behavior becomes your misunderstanding, and their cruelty becomes your oversensitivity. They introduce new information mid-conversation. They question your memory. They bring up unrelated things you have done wrong. After enough of these conversations, you stop trusting your own perception entirely. You start going to them to find out how you should feel about things, and that is exactly where they want you. Method number 7, they create dependency through help. This one is subtle because it looks like kindness. They offer help, advice, and support constantly. They insert themselves into your problems, your decisions, your daily life. But there is always a cost that is never stated up front. Every favor becomes a debt they will collect later. Every piece of advice comes with an expectation of gratitude and compliance. Every moment of support is quietly building a chain. They position themselves as essential to your survival, your success, your emotional stability. They undermine your confidence in your own judgment while presenting themselves as the solution. And once you genuinely believe you cannot function without them, they have achieved total control without ever raising their voice. If you recognized any of these patterns in someone close to you, do not ignore that feeling. Your discomfort is not paranoia. It is your instincts working correctly. Awareness is the beginning of freedom. The moment you can name what is being done to you, it begins to lose its power over you. Subscribe to DarkMindSite for more. Every week we pull back the curtain on the psychological forces most people never see coming. The hidden patterns shaping your relationships, your decisions, and your life. Because understanding the dark side of the mind is the first step to protecting yourself from it.